Um, my friend, Dr. Alyssa Appel, who's at UCSF, is really one of the leading longevity scientists and looking at what we call hormesis or hormetic stress versus toxic stress and being in that chronic stress state. And we're now seeing the impact that that's having on cell health and thus our longevity.
Wow.
It really boils down to what are those acute little doses of stress, eustress, it's good stress, that's building a sense of resilience. And I think that's also one of the most beautiful things about the human spirit, the human being, is that we are adaptable and we're resilient. So placing ourselves again intentionally into environments, understanding that behavioral sequence of our day as to how are we expanding in capacity and opening ourselves up to awe and this feeling of aliveness and vitality. And really that's what we're encapsulated in the thesis at Lumadi and what we're doing with our mission to want to impact 1 billion lives by 2035 and making this work accessible to people.
Yeah.
Whether it's a physical space or things that you have at home and a framework. That's why we've built our app to even help people with creating that schedule and having a sense of accountability, routine. But there also, as we know, with the brain needs to be a sense of spontaneity. The brain is predictive and it's always taking in this information. But if we get too much into a routine, it sort of becomes a rut. And then we're in this sense of neuroplasticity where then how do we change and continue to send those little hormetic doses of stimulus that are building capacity for ourselves? And it's really adaptive capacity.